Imagine a story so intense, so unbelievable, that it sounds like something ripped straight from a thriller movie. On day 18 of the Sean Diddy Combs federal trial, the testimony delivered wasn't just about alleged abuse. It painted a picture of outright terror, a moment where life literally hung in the balance. The witness taking the stand was Bryana Bongolan, a close friend of Cassie Ventura, and the account she gave was nothing short of jaw-dropping, revealing a side of the Diddy saga that many might never have imagined. Bryana Bongolan isn't just a casual acquaintance. She described Cassie Ventura as one of her closest friends, a bond forged years ago that continues to this day. Because of this close connection, Bongolan found herself entangled in the orbit of Sean Diddy Combs, and what she claims to have experienced and witnessed has now become a crucial part of this high-profile legal battle. Like other key witnesses before her, Bongolan testified under an immunity order, a clear indication of the gravity and potential impact of her words. The most shocking revelation from Bongolan's testimony involved an alleged incident that sounds like something from your worst nightmare. Assistant U.S. Attorney Madison Smizer directly questioned Bongolan about an altercation with Sean Diddy Combs that reportedly occurred in September 2016. Bongolan's response sent a chill through the courtroom. "I was held over a 17-story balcony." Can you even fathom that? Suspended high above the city with nothing but air between you and the ground, allegedly at the hands of someone who was supposed to be a powerful figure in the entertainment industry. Bongolan didn't stop there. She testified that after this terrifying moment, Combs then threw her onto the balcony furniture. The aftermath of this alleged assault left Bongolan with physical injuries, a bruise on her leg, and persistent back and neck pain. But the scars weren't just physical. Bongolan also recounted the emotional and psychological toll, stating, "I have night terrors and paranoia and scream in my sleep at times." Intriguing. Question number 1. What could have possibly led to such a violent and terrifying act? What was the context of this alleged altercation on the 17-story balcony, and why did Bongolan claim Combs held her over the edge? Bongolan's testimony also provided insights into the relationship between Combs and her friend, Cassie Ventura. She mentioned seeing Ventura with a black eye before she even met Combs, raising immediate red flags. Bongolan admitted she wasn't really fond of what I was seeing, so I wasn't really wanting to meet him, but eventually did at Ventura's urging. This paints a picture of early warning signs, of potential issues in the Combs-Ventura relationship that were visible to those around them. Another disturbing incident Bongolan recounted involved a 2016 shopping trip with Cassie Ventura. Even though neither woman had informed Combs of their whereabouts, Bongolan testified that Combs sent Ventura a detailed list of all the places they had been that day. This raises serious questions about surveillance and control. Intriguing. Question number 2. How could Combs have known the exact locations of Bongolan and Ventura during their shopping trip without them telling him? What does this level of alleged monitoring suggest about his behavior and the nature of his relationships? The testimony took an even darker turn as Bongolan recalled another terrifying event. She frequently stayed at Ventura's apartment and claimed that Combs would regularly show up in the middle of the night, banging on the door. On one particular occasion, Bongolan was asleep when she was awakened by this banging. Ventura came out of her bedroom to respond, and Bongolan then witnessed something shocking. "I just remember seeing a knife get thrown in her direction." Bongolan testified that Combs, standing by the entry door, threw the knife at Ventura, who was standing pretty close to him. In an equally startling reaction, Ventura allegedly threw the knife back at Combs, though it didn't hit him, and Combs then left. Intriguing. Question number 3. What could have triggered such a violent outburst? Was this an isolated incident, or as the defense suggested, were there other instances of knife-related conflict between Combs and Ventura that Bongolan might have been aware of? Beyond the balcony and the knife, Bongolan also testified about a deeply unsettling encounter during a beach photo shoot she was doing with Cassie Ventura in early 2016. She claimed that Combs approached her, got really close to my face, and chillingly said something along the lines of, "I'm the devil and I could kill you." Bongolan stated she had no idea what prompted this threat and admitted she was terrified. Intriguing. Question number 4. Why would Combs allegedly make such a menacing threat to Bongolan? Was this a display of power, an attempt to intimidate her, or something else entirely? And why did Bongolan continue to associate with Combs after such a terrifying encounter? Bongolan also spoke about drug use, testifying that Combs had given her drugs a few times and that she had witnessed him using marijuana, ketamine, and cocaine. She also admitted to using drugs weekly with Cassie Ventura. This aspect of her testimony could potentially be used by the defense to question her reliability and memory. The emotional impact of Bongolan's testimony was palpable. When asked if she experiences lasting effects from the balcony incident, she whispered, "Yes," and spoke of nightmares and paranoia. She also recounted reaching out to a lawyer in 2024 and eventually filing her own lawsuit against Combs, seeking $10 million in damages, stating she wanted to seek justice for what happened to me. As the defense began their cross-examination, they focused on Bongolan's drug use with Ventura, suggesting they had a serious drug problem. They also questioned her memory and the timeline of certain events. Intriguing question number 5. How might the defense attempt to use Bryana Bongolan's admitted drug use and any inconsistencies in her statements to undermine her credibility with the jury? Will her emotional account of the alleged abuse outweigh these challenges in the eyes of the law? Bryana Bongolan's testimony on day 18 painted a harrowing picture of alleged violence and intimidation extending beyond Sean Diddy, Combs's romantic relationships. Her account of being held over a balcony and witnessing a knife thrown at her friend has added another layer of darkness and complexity to this already sensational trial. As the legal proceedings continue, the jury will have to weigh her emotional and at times graphic testimony against the defense's attempts to discredit her. The question remains, how will these shocking revelations impact the ultimate outcome of this landmark case?